Welcome to Behind the Claw. We will be picking up where we left off last week. So these guys have jumped. The scanner has made it to the Debarre system. Not a whole lot planned while they are in Debarre, but Magnus Sundstrom has informed the travelers that, and the entire crew for that matter, that he is planning on staying on Debarre's highport for 10 days. And his intention is to give everybody on the crew 3 days liberty. And they can basically have 3 days off to go do whatever they want. He is not expecting there to be a whole lot of trade to be had at Debarre. Um, Debarre is more known for its high port because ships are passing through. Aside from that, it doesn't have a whole lot of trade value in and of itself, but there is a lot of cargo that passes through the high port. As ships stop, they refuel or take liberty, and then move on. It is a B-class starport. Where is Debarre? Debarre, I'll show you all. So Debarre is an independent world. It is not within the Sword Worlds Confederation or within the Empire. And so this is a good spot. I mean, it's kind of an in-between. It appears that it is not, following this green line, it is not on the expat. I don't think it's on the expat route. I mean, it goes through the system, but it is not going through the center of the system, which is unusual. So, I don't know, maybe they just do wilderness refueling and move on. Um, yeah, same with Go Hatcher. That's strange. But anyways, so there's really not a whole lot of trade to be had there. Probably can pick up mail. that's probably going to be about the biggest part of your hopefulness of making anything profitable at Debarre. And so he's going to give you guys 3 days off. And so I I was thinking about this. I'm like, you guys have had Liberty before, but it's not like you had Liberty usually for all 3 days. Usually your Liberty was okay. You can take some time off and you can go drinking while you're working on doing something else. And this is not like that. This is complete time off, and so that's what his plan is. So this is, of course, Debarre's high port, and we will get into all of that in just a minute. So before we get into today's game, first I'd like to let everybody know that we do have a sale going on for the Braunhaven campaign setting. Everything is 50% off through November 2nd. This includes all of the new second edition books that are the core of them is designed for Castles and Crusades, starting with the Braunhaven Player's Guide. But there is an adventure, a new adventure, Town on the Edge of Shadow, that is available now for both Castles and Crusades and Old School Essentials Advanced Fantasy. And so that is up over on Drive Through RPG if you're looking for a new fantasy adventure or a new campaign setting or just new ideas to inject into your own setting. Go grab that while it's on the cheap. And like I said, that is good through November 2nd. All right, so uh, Scander's pilot brings you guys into Debarre Highport. And what can I tell you about Debarre? Well, let's see here. Class B Starport. Sorry, got lost in my books. Where's my book at? It is about the same size as Earth. It's got 1.0 surface gravity, thin atmosphere, 0.43 to 0.7 in pressure. That's not too bad. 36 to 45% water, so it's a wet world. Uh, 1, 2, 3. That's the part that's not so good. Very few, Very few people. It says literally few. Um, Population hovers around 800,000, and the planet is balkanized. Um, what does that mean? It means because they have a participating democracy and they have different ruling functions are reached by the advice and consent of the citizenry directly. And so most of the world is built up into separate governments that are balkanized against one another. Nobody agrees on anything. And you've got, essentially the citizenry is voting on things, or they are voting people into office who rule for them. Um, Mostly, you're going to be looking at uh, kind of like a an electronic voting system. This is law level 3, and it's tech level 9. So that's super high tech level. I mean, it's higher than it's higher than a lot of worlds, but tech level 9, they're just kind of coming into their own as far as the rest of the Imperium is concerned. But they do have a Class B starport built, of course. In this case, the usually Class B starports are constructed by the Imperium themselves. And so when you come in, as you guys come into the system, there are a number of Imperial ships that pop up on your sensors, but they are way out. They're out towards the. I can show you the system here. They're going to be probably out towards this gas giant out here, large gas giant. Um, Not really on patrol. It's more or less trade convoys that are coming through. Whoever would like to can make an electronic sensors plus intellect or education check.
Okay, so electronics.
Well, a 6 does get you something. Let's see here.
So technically, if I have my computer help me, I could do it, but
Yeah, you could do that.
do you want more? Oh, Spark, are you good at electronics? What is it, electronic sensors?
Yes.
Okay, so it would be.
But it's 0.
I got a 13.
Ooh.
Okay. So that gives you a little more information.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
You pick up that there are 3 other ships in system. The first vessel is pinging as a far trader, Vidiaki, or Vitaki. It's your typical tramp freighter. It's in the holding pattern just ahead of you. And the Port Authority is kind of juggling things, allowing larger ships like Skander to come through kind of ahead of these smaller craft. Or they are kind of ushering the smaller craft and saying, hey, get your ass in gear and get into port and get out of my holding pattern. Another ship that you have seen before and recognize is pinging as the Bowman Calypso. It's a subsidized merchant. It's just heading out of system. And its flight plan is listed with the Port Authority. Your 13 will tell you where it is going. It is heading for Flammarion, which is kind of. Oh wait, is it heading for Flammarion? Trying to find my. Yeah, it's heading for Flammarion, which is considered a Imperial world. That's isolated. It's kind of weird. It is a single world that is along the Bowman main, and yet it is isolated from the Confederation, and it's surrounded. Everything else is either deep black or it is independent. And yet here sits Flammarion. It does have a naval base at Flammarion, and that is where Bowman Calypso is currently their flight plan is showing that they are heading for there. And the third ship is another ship that you have seen before. It is a scout. It is a Suleiman class scout, and it doesn't ping with a name. It pings with a designation number, which is common with the Imperial Scout Service. It is pinging as SJ8901.
Gee, I've seen them before. Oh no, it was 904.
Yeah, no,
Only I would actually.
you guys have seen this ship before.
Only I would know that though, because it was me and oh my god, somebody else. It wasn't Smart who, because I was like annoying the admins on one of the first planets we went to, and they told me about that scout ship.
Right, but they told you about that scout ship after you detected it in system as you came into system. So yeah, I mean, you know that you've seen this ship before. That's not unusual. I mean, a scout is a J2, so it's not like they can. There's not a whole lot of other places that they can go, and if they're bopping around this particular area, it's not unlikely that you would run into them a second time. And they are not heading for Debarre's highport, and they're not really heading out of system. They are up here in this belt, this planetoid belt that kind of rounds the inner planets. They're not really in a rush to do anything. They're just kind of hanging out in the belt. And so, your pilot brings you in to Debarre Highport. What can I tell you about Debarre? I mean, Debarre Highport. If I remember, it reads like an adventure in boredom. Yeah, it says not that there's not much interest in the world itself. It has a population of around. Oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't. It has a. It has an even. It's not 800,000. That was Raleigh, which he opted to bypass. No, Debarre has a population of around 80 people. That's
Whoa.
it. And that's on the planet itself. So it probably doesn't even have a low port. It's I mean, if you go to a low port, you're looking for a flattened out piece of land, and that's it. The high port is entirely populated by Imperial personnel. Or
Would it even count as a village? Is that
with 80
Hamlet?
people, yeah. A hamlet? I mean, I think a hamlet, like in Castles and Crusades, doesn't a hamlet have to have like a minimum of 100 people? I don't even think it classifies as a fucking
It
hamlet.
almost does.
Yeah, almost. It's almost there. So yeah, there's only about 80 people living on Debarre itself, and this high port that's up here was more or less built by the Imperials, and it is to facilitate a more fluid flow of traffic, and of course, because ships are going to be docked there, there will of course be opportunities for speculative trade if that's what you want to do. And that's kind of what Magnus kind of plans to do while they're there, but aside from that, he's not really expecting much from anybody. But you do see that there are a number of Imperial ships. There is a convoy that has just recently come in, and that of course ramps up the population of the high port, and there's a flurry of trade that's going to go on for about probably the next 1 or 2 days, and then they will jump out of system, and it will be back to the same boring thing that you did the day before. And this is where you will have 3 days of liberty. And so you guys step off. You guys are one of the first crews to get your 3 days of liberty. His plan is that he's going to go ahead and kind of base the 3 day liberty per work shift. and so or duty shift, and so you're one of the first ones to come up because you kind of fall out of normal duty shifts. I mean, when you're in jump space, you have what you would normally be doing, but the rest of the time, he's been sending you out on, stranger and stranger things like cattle, the cattle wrangling, and figuring out why these guys were trying to screw you over on money on a previous world and not allowing you to trade, things like that. And so he puts you to the top of the list. And so you guys come into Debarre. This is their um, baggage handling area. Where
Is
do
that a
you?
skunk? Is that a little skunk in clothes?
Yeah, I guess he's a surfer skunk. It appears, or maybe he's a ninja. I don't know. I haven't decided, but he's wearing bright colored clothing. And so you come into this baggage claim area, and what is your guys' plan for while you're on Debarre? What are you doing with your 3 days off?
There a
Things
generic?
that they're to
Is
do.
there a generic here?
There is a generic bar and grill. There is also, hold on here, I think to open this one. It is called Go. I want hotels, bars, and restaurants. So, believe it or not, this, uh, even though usually you don't see these unless they are on Class A starports, but this port does have one. It is a Starbowl hotel, and so, uh, okay, so you tell Kurtivas and Magnus about the three ships, and you want to ping the convoy and ask. Mm,
To see if they have any like
you want to see if they
is
have any
there
electronics for
yeah
sale?
like any like tech level 11 plus tech electronics.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a moment. So this
Yep.
this on the bottom part of the high port, there is a Starbowl hotel, and the reason these things are called the Starbowl is because every room is designed kind of in a half sphere bowl kind of shape that is all glass. And so when you're in your room, and pretty much the whole hotel itself is kind of designed this way, you get a magnificent view of the stars, of the planet below, and all of that. And that's kind of their shtick. Dining rooms, conference chambers are commonly constructed in a similar manner, but some hotels offer bedrooms with this feature. It is, of course, not to everybody's taste, because you are basically stepping out of your bed in what appears to be nothingness of space because of all the glass. Um, but it is considered a very upmarket hotel. This, I would imagine that Zersey has probably stayed in a Star Bowl at some point in the minimal travels that he's gone on, but as a diplomat, um, this is the kind of hotel that he would have stayed at or gone to a function in. And of course, aside from that, on the main concourse, there is a generic bar and grill as well. So you're asking about if they have electronics for sale. Let me
Yes.
let me see. Let's see here. Random passenger. uh, roll 2d minus 3.
You want me to?
Hold on. And yeah, go ahead and roll 2d minus 3. And you need an 8 or better. No, they do
I got a
not. They're not.
1.
They're not selling electronics.
Yeah, that's fine.
They are selling mostly agricultural goods. Some biochemicals and medical supplies. And a couple of the smaller tramp freighters are carrying mail that they've picked up. Some of it will be probably delivered here, but most of it is going to be delivered off of the main export route. If you have any funds in bank accounts, they will have caught up with you and will be available here at Debarre in your accounts, because it is on the export route. So, any other ideas of where to go?
Well, I need a
Is there
generic beer and a generic hamburger,
Can do.
and with some generic French fries.
Just
With,
okay.
they're very generic
with,
French fries.
with generic ketchup.
With generic ketchup. Yes, it's just that it comes in a white packet and in black lettering says ketchup. Yes, that will run you probably a beer, a hamburger, and not overly crisp but not overly limp fries because they're just generic. Will run you, I would say, probably 25 credits.
Well, this I can do.
So we're all going to go eat at the restaurant?
I guess that's what he's doing. You can certainly go to the restaurant as well.
Come with me. You can have some hamburger.
Okay, Audrey goes to the restaurant.
Okay, so generic. I don't know if Audrey is aware of generic. This is their logo. So the entire thing about generic is that no matter where you go to a generic bar and steakhouse, it is always exactly the same. All of the layout of their building is exactly the same. The paint scheme is exactly the same. It's usually a dim lighting with like a bright white behind the bars and whatnot. The tables and bars themselves are kind of like a light gray with dark gray accents, and mood lighting is always incandescent. It's not directly in your face. It's just there. All of their beers are all served in a white can with black lettering that says generic beer on it or generic IPA or what have you. Booze is the same way, white bottle with it's just whiskey, rum, whatever, and their food's not great and it's not bad. It's just kind of in the middle. They describe plain gray labeled bottles or other containers. Those claiming a refined palate will condemn the blandness of those generic products, but they are carefully blended to hit the middle of their chosen demographic, which spacers would be their chosen demographic, so, it's better than eating protein paste. So yeah, this is generic. Glenn's well aware of generic. They kind of went to every starport they were in the Trojan Reach. The question was if there was a generic there.
Yeah, I suppose I'll follow suit. I want to ask him, is there a way I can get like the fancy room and meals for like a good price?
So
Filet mignon.
so generic doesn't have any rooms. They are
Okay,
their
it's
own
separate.
bar and steakhouse. Star Bowl. Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
You can get a steak.
Yeah, at Star Bowl you can get really fancy stuff. And yes, I mean, no, a meal is not included with your stay usually. You'd be talking about getting room service or going down to their 5-star restaurant that eat dinner amongst the stars is kind of their whole shtick.
All right, what's it gonna set me back? I guess I gotta be rich and fancy.
It will set you back 200 credits for the night to get a room, and
I'll
that's
just tell them
at
I'll
the
give you
minimum.
400 if you give me food.
Oh yeah, 400 will if you were to pay them 400 credits, that would cover one night stay and easily cover you for dinner and and drinks. I mean, 400 credits at someplace like the Star Bowl isn't going to go very far, and that's only
All
one
right,
night.
that's fine. We'll do one night at a time. We'll see how I like this place.
Okay, hold on a moment. They have a logo.
Well, you two can enjoy staying on the ship, but I'm going to live a little bit of luxurious lifestyle, at least for this vacation.
I'm staying on the ship.
So this is the logo of the Star Bowl hotels chain. Now the weird thing is that all of these use the exact same logo. You've seen Star Bowl hotels before. They don't claim that they are a chain, and every single Star Bowl hotel that you go into will claim that they are the original. But they all use the exact same logo. So whether or not they are lying about that or why, nobody knows. But they all claim that we were the original, we were the first. And so you go and you go and have a fancy 5-star meal in a fancy 5-star hotel. Well, maybe it's
Yeah,
only
what
3 stars since their logo only has.
I
I buy Audrey's dinner.
Okay,
Oh, thank you.
so
I'll be right back. My guy, once after finish eating, I'm gonna get out of my jumpsuit and everything else. I'm gonna walk around back in my old time fancy noble clothing
oh
while I'm
yeah,
walking around this
you'll
fancy area.
you'll fit in much better for sure.
Yes. Okay.
Although there's not a whole lot of people right now, there are some of the passengers that paid for high passage with the trade convoy that are in town or in town on the highport are choosing to stay at the Starbow Hotel. So there are maybe upwards of 100 people that have gotten rooms for the night, and so you have some of the guests that you can certainly talk to and will be on a similar level as you, or at least used to having money or appearing to have money.
Okay. Cool.
Svart and Audrey, you're in the generic. Both of you can make a recon plus intellect check.
Okay, and then Audrey is going to discard the bun and just eat the patty.
Okay, all right.
And she thinks it tastes amazing
Oof.
and
So-
is distracted by eating.
So, Svart, you're sitting there eating in the generic bar and grill, of course, with the the trade convoy in the port is filled with a plethora of different spacers. You see a number of different jumpsuits. Most of them are kind of gathered together. Like you see, you know, You see people in jumpsuits that have the logos and names of a certain ship kind of grouped together, but they're all kind of all throughout this bar. And what you notice is oddly, let's see, what is her name? This woman kind of wearing a dark gray jumpsuit, and on her shoulder, you note in orange letters, it says TCA.
No.
You,
TCA?
TCA. You know that that TCA from your days in the patrol. TCA stands for the Courier Alliance. They are essentially they're mostly made up of retired IISS scouts that are kind of doing a number of courier type jobs now in order to bolster their retirement pensions from the scout service, things like that. They have a pretty good reputation. Um, I guess you could kind of refer to them like a almost like a FedEx, um, but but they'll take like difficult jobs. And she is walking straight towards your table. She stops and talks to a couple of the spacers along the way, and you're just kind of eating your burger and watching this woman. And she kind of stops and talks to a couple of the spacers, and then um, they kind of wave her off, and she continues to head straight for your table. And she eventually makes it up to your table, and she says, she introduces, she says, "Hello." She says, "My name is Angelic Moss. I am a rep for the Courier Alliance," and she says, "I am offering each of you 500 credits for just a couple of hours worth of work." She says, if you have more people in your group that I will offer them 500 credits as well, but it's only for a couple of simple hours worth of work that you can take care of tomorrow afternoon.
Oh,
Thank
hi,
you.
I'm Audrey.
She says, "I'm very pleased to meet you, Audrey. So yes, so 500 credits each."
But we're
You
on
have any,
vacation.
what kind of work is this?
She says, "Well, I can't really give too many details um, just yet, but if you are interested in making that money for a very minimal amount of time," she says, "you can swing by my office tomorrow, say 12:30, and I can give you information, more information once you stop by my office."
Do I have to sign an NDA?
That's a good question. No, no NDA. She says there's no non-disclosure agreement, and all of this work is completely above board and legal.
Well, pass the word around. Maybe some of us will show up. Okay. How many can you support? 20, 30?
She says, "Oh no, I'm looking for anywhere from 1 to 5 people."
Okay. I won't invite the whole ship then.
So she then kind of checks her mobile comm that she has on her wrist, and she says, "Oh well," she says, "then I will hopefully see you tomorrow around 12:30." And she says, I apologize, I have to go. I have a very tight schedule." And she shuffles off through the crowd of spacers in the generic bar. Now, I mean,
Bye.
it's not difficult for you guys to find the TCA offices here on the highport.
Certainly not on the planet.
Mm. No, they
Is there even a shuttle that goes down there?
probably, but I mean, the only job that we have to deliver this one potato shovel to the one guy, that's way off by his lonesome on the planet below. The other 79 people don't have that shovel. He's wealthy.
So what do they use? Their hands to plant potatoes?
Evidently, yeah.
Well, I suppose you could do it. Well, I pull up my calm and I send a text message to Zerzy,
Okay.
letting him know about the proposed meeting tomorrow. But
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt his dinner and his time with his buddy, his
His people.
cultural equals.
The fanciness. They all have their pinkies up.
All of them have their pinkies up. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. First off, do I by any chance see any other Giordani here?
No.
Okay, well, had to look.
No, they are
So-
they are all of the Imperial bent. None of them are dressed like you. Go ahead and make a. Go ahead and make a diplomacy plus social check.
10.
So you initially, I assume that you're kind of in the Star Bowl Hotel's lounge, and
Yeah, just
you're kind of trying to mingle. All of these people are at least the bottom end of wealthy. They're, or the they're not even what you would consider middle class. They are definitely the bottom end of wealthy. Most of them, at first, just from your appearance, and I will show what your new character sketch looks like.
well, this is him in his jumpsuit, but close enough.
Yeah. So, I mean, oh, this is the new image of what Zerzy looks like. And so, I mean, it's pretty obvious that you look like a Jodani, and at first you're not necessarily getting snubbed, and you're not being ignored. Maybe snubbed is the right word. Like they're very most of the time the conversation is very short to the point, and then we have something else to do, and they go and talk to somebody else. Um, but you with your diplomat check, you do eventually get into a conversation with a group. Um, all of them are high end corporate executives that are currently en route to somewhere. They are all currently en route to Karin. There's some corporate shindig going on over on Karin, and so that is where they are all presently en route to. And you end up getting into a conversation, and you pick up a few bits and pieces of rumor. I don't want to say that it's necessarily information, but there is rumor. And one of those pieces of info, well, I guess there's only one rumor. The rumor is, and first of all, I need my note. There it is. 13.
Yes. What would you like?
I'll just take that food right out of your mouth. Of course, they have sideways. There are rumors. Bring up this map. I will show
Of an imperial battle
you.
with the
Not
sword.
No, not an imperial battle. But up here, I guess, up towards this direction. So this would be spinward, spinward of Winston and the Third Imperium. There are rumors of Jodani fleet movement. Now, all of that space in between there are a lot of essentially a lot of independent worlds that are in between the Jodani consulate and the Imperium, and these rumors are that there are a number of Jodani consulate ships, warships, not traders, but actual warships that are moving throughout the demilitarized zone there. And they are the one of these corporate execs asks if you know are have you been aware of anything, or is there anything that we should know? Should we pull investments out of that region? What?
Rumors are just rumors. You know, the idle brain and the idle tongue make up the craziest things. The Jordani are not doing anything. I would know. I used to be in the highest of inner circles in the Jordani Empire. And I can promise you nothing is happening. There's friction, of course, but there's always going to be friction, let's be honest.
Well, but I mean, friction is one thing, but why would they be moving war fleets into the demilitarized zone? I mean, that in and of itself can be an act of war.
I mean, you're saying the Imperium isn't moving its military fleets around, or the Sword Worlds for that matter?
Yes, they are, but not through the demilitarized zone.
That we know of. Who's to say? I even know people who are high ranking Imperials, and guess what? Rumors fly from them too. I was actually going to talk to you guys about letting you guys see something pretty cool before you leave this space station.
Want to see a trick?
No, not from me, but would you like a little something? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead and make a persuasion plus social check, or your choice, diplomat plus diplomacy plus social. You can also make.
I mean, I'll take the diplomat. 7.
So, tell me what it is that you want to show them, and we can make a decision on whether or not that'll grant a bonus of any kind.
I was just going to say that speaking of the Sword Worlds, I'm actually on board a famous ship from the Sword World that's currently docked here. And if you want, I can let you meet the legendary captain of the Skander, which is a famous ship of the Sword World. And Magnus is here, and you could see him. Just saying, it's pretty cool, pretty luxurious.
So the way that you put that was a -1, and then you mentioned Magnus, which was a +1, and so it rounds out to a 0. Nobody's really, none of these guys are really interested in seeing Skander. However, one of them does bring up that the fact that Skander, if he remembers correctly, that there was some scandal as to how the Skander was nearly wrecked, and he says, are you actually traveling aboard that ship? Isn't it a flying death trap?
I have been on this ship for many, many weeks, and not a single technical problem has happened. We have a whole new, very competent crew. Um, and like I said, you're more than welcome if you want to kind of check out the ship or just meet the legend. This is his last voyage going around, so it's something that you could pass on to executives and make them ever so jealous.
So one of the other executives kind of pipes up as they're drinking their champagne that they have heard of Magnus Sundstrom, um, but they were unaware that he had purchased or was in ownership of Skander, and that they seem saddened by the idea that that the great Magnus Sundstrom, would be retiring. He is well known even in the Imperium as being a consummate but fair trader. He's well known for traveling amongst some of the more backwater worlds that are overlooked by both the Imperium and the Sword Worlds, both sides, and supplying goods that are usually not available to those people. And so this executive kind of he seems saddened by it, and then he kind of laughs. And he says, "Not that there really is that much profit to be made helping the poors."
Oh, I mean, I myself have closed a couple of pretty big deals. Millions of credits worth of items I've moved.
And he says, "Well, yeah, I mean, if you help enough of them, I'm sure that it probably adds up after a while." But yes, it's very sad to hear that the great Magnus Sundstrom is going to be retiring.
Well, we all have our last hurrah at some point, but some of us have it sooner than later. Hopefully, all of us can have ours in a long time with lots of peace, because as you can see, not all Jordani are evil, brain warping, crazy people.
Brain warping. I can kill you with my mind. So yeah. Yeah, you continue having champagne and kind of mixing with these people. And the one thing that these are your kind of people, but the one thing that Xerxes might be coming to the realization of is that um, you find more and more the time that you have spent aboard Skander, that you find that a lot of this rich speak diplomatic stuff is taxing. It's all a show, and it is all an illusion.
Mm. And then at some point, I'll hear my mobile comm go off, and I'll see what Svart texted me.
Yes.
Something about a job for $500, 500 credits for 2 hours of work or something.
Yes, that is exactly it. And to meet at the TCA office tomorrow at 12:30.
I'll look at it suspiciously, considering the fact the last mission we had dealt with crazy cannibalistic people and wanting to kill us.
But this one will work out.
we might not want to do this.
They said it's above board, so it has to be.
I'll just do that thing where I just look at it.
Yes,
and I'll
they
just
promised it was all legal, so
I'll do a thing where I'll just look at it for a while, just go, okay.
okay. So yeah, your guys' night kind of goes on this way, and you. So where? I mean, Xerxes, you retire to your room in the Starbowl. Magnificent view, as long as you don't get vertigo. What is Svart and Audrey? Are you staying on on the highport in a hotel, or are you staying? Are you going back to Skander?
Staying
Thought
aboard
I'd take
Skander.
the shuttle downtown, down to the ground and sleep under a tent.
You're not going to be bothered by anyone. So, you know,
No, not really.
the town. The town of Welch's, Oregon, has a higher population than this entire planet. So, I mean, if you want to get away from it all,
Well, I'm sure there's a lodge at Mount Hood that I could go to.
sure.
I could try to break my leg again skiing.
There you go.
I did try once before.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you know, that powdery snow is kind of tricky.
I was always more of a snowboarder myself. Skiing, the idea that both of your feet are not connected to a single plank is foreign to me. But so you,
I think Audrey wanted to go back to the ship, and I'm gonna meander back with a 6-pack of generic ale,
okay?
a generic brown ale that says it's a white can that says brown ale.
Yeah, it just says brown ale. So, so night passes
But
uneventfully.
underneath it all, it really is Newcastle Brown Ale.
Okay, I don't think I've had that one. So
Which is a pretty good one.
the night passes uneventfully, and the next morning, you wake up. I assume that you were all heading for the TCA office. Am I correct,
Yes.
or are you doing anything else beforehand?
Is there shopping on the space station?
Yes, there is a lot of shopping. In fact, Audrey, you can make a Recon plus intellect check.
Intellect?
Is there a
No,
Notices nothing.
is there a place that specializes in avant-garde clothing?
there is. There is a number of boutiques. There are clothing studios. There's at least one augment clinic, and there is, of course, as you're moving through the concourse, some of these traders from the trade convoy is that they have moved cargo on pallets out into the middle of the concourse and are offering speculative trade options as you go through, if you would like to engage in a little speculative trade.
Is there a place that sells vehicles?
That is a possibility. Roll roll a d66. So essentially, you're gonna roll 2 dice. But let's do this one at a time. So roll 1 6-sided dice, and that's gonna be your high dice, and then you roll another 6-sided dice, and that is gonna be your low dice, and we'll see what you come up with.
Roll a 65.
You rolled a 55. Okay. Well, looking on the trade chart,
That's wood.
you find wood. Um,
Beautiful woods and plant extracts. Well, that might be worth something.
Wait, what did that say? Okay, I was like, what?
Goes looking for a vehicle, finds exotic wood.
Yes. Wow, you find a lot of wood. 120 tons of wood. Going at the rate of 1,000 credits per ton. And it is up for sale. And this is all good stuff. This is a hardwood. It's imported from elsewhere. And they are offering this 120 tons at 1,000 credits per ton for trade. And this is excess that they purchased.
What would it sell for?
It could sell for quite a bit. I mean, it depends on where you're going. Let's see. Look back at this map. So we already know your next stop from Debarre is going to be Asteltine. Here. Beyond that, it's then going to be Enos. It could sell really well at Enos. You could probably make. Let's see here. 50. Look at Enos real quick. 50. It's about the size of Mercury or Ganymede. Thin atmosphere. And it's a desert world. So yeah, you could probably sell the wood on Anos at twice the amount.
Oh, so then can Audrey buy it with the Scander account and have them load it onto the Scander?
You certainly could. The only downside, so there is a downside of selling on Anos, is that it is it is
It's Imperial.
no, Anos is Sword Worlds, and it's cut off basically from the rest of the Confederation. So it's kind of a weird planet, but it does have it. So they basically they mine gases and petrochemicals there, and the planet itself is highly seismically active. So there are oftentimes big explosions of gas pockets. I don't know that wood would be a good sell there. Where else? There's, of course, Bowman. You could sell it for 2 to 3 times as much in Bowman, because Bowman isn't even a planet. It's nothing more than an asteroid belt. So if you were to sell them hardwood lumber so that they could do some luxury style construction, you can make a shit ton in Bowman. You might be able to sell it as 3 times as much.
Ooh, okay, yeah, then Audrey does that.
So yeah, let me put it on our notes. That's 120,000 credits. You guys are authorized to spend that. Okay. Yeah, so Audrey buys 120 tons of hardwood. What about Svart?
Let's see.
Did you want to do any speculative trade or?
I'll give it a shot.
Sure. And 87. Wait. No.
Doesn't go that high.
Yeah, roll 1 6-sided at a time.
Okay.
I was like 87 on a D66.
33.
33
Live animals.
live animals. Those are always fun. Looks like 10 tons of live animals at 10,000 credits per ton. These are going to be probably cattle.
Well, we already got plenty of meat,
Yeah,
cow meat.
You got frozen meat, and I mean, for frozen, it's fresh. You only just got it back on Go Hatcher, so.
Is there anywhere you think we can sell cows? How about a desert? How about a desert world that blows up?
Yeah, a desert world that blows up is going to have a hard time feeding them. They would need to butcher them right away. Bowmen wouldn't have anywhere to feed them. I mean, I guess you could let them loose and 10 tons worth of cattle into an agrodome on an asteroid. Where are they going after that? Nurton. Oh, that's a red zone.
We're going to a red zone. I get to wear my combat armor.
What's it? What's a red zone?
So red zone worlds are not necessarily they're not necessarily embargoed by the Imperium, but red zone often they are. So yellow zone worlds like Tarkeen down here or Talchek is a yellow zone.
Mhm.
Gun looks like it's a yellow zone. That is a Traveler's Aid Society warning that that something's not quite kosher on those planets. Either they are balkanized, and essentially it is a travel code telling people that, hey, beware that if you go here, you can get into trouble. Red zone worlds
Oh, all
are
right.
usually considered off limits. Examples of red zone worlds often are sites of ancient ruins, and there's a big archaeological dig, and so they red zone the world. Usually, the statement coinciding with that red zone of an ancient site would be something along the lines of, "We don't want the common citizens tromping all over our archaeological dig," when in reality, it's because they don't want Joe Citizen walking around and picking up an ancient 300,000-year-old disruptor beam that suddenly works and vaporizing his wife. And so there have been rumors of uh, mostly fantastical tales of massive technology that is important to military applications that have been discovered in ancient sites. The reality is that most of the stuff that they find, they don't know what it does. It doesn't work, or they don't know how to make it work, and they have no clue as to anything about it. I mean, it's such high tech that it might as well be magical. The ancients were well above. I don't know what the exact tech level is, but you can say that's well above tech level 16, like more like 19, 20. I mean, it's fantastical stuff. They have the capability of moving entire stars.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of times that has something to do with it. Other times it could just be a red zone world because there's a prison there, or they red zone a world because, or a system because there's a secret research base or something along those lines. But Nurton is a independent system, so who knows?
And it's red zoned and it's independent.
Yes.
Do we know anything about it?
Uh,
I
you
mean,
know,
I don't know what
you
does X-0 mean on this
so
map.
X means there's no port there. Um, all the zeros mean there's nothing there. It is rumored. It is red zoned by the Imperial Navy. Um, the reasoning given is because of the world's magnetic phenomena. Um,
Well, I don't think I want to take animals there.
right? Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, the animals aren't gonna. Yeah, so you're not gonna be able to do anything with them there. I don't know that it's a good purchase. Where else are you going?
I don't think it is. I'm not going to buy.
I mean, if you don't mind shoveling cow shit
Manure.
for
Manure.
the next several weeks, I mean, beyond that, you're going to be going to Elixabeth here. um, yeah, it's got some potential. So yeah, you could probably make your money back at Elixabeth.
Remember, we do have those two farmers who joined us.
That's true. That's true. You do. I mean, that's the big benefit of the flash frozen beef is that it doesn't shit all over your cargo deck. So, and you don't have to feed it. So,
You don't have to feed and water it.
right.
So do I need to roll for shopping trade goods
If
now, or
if you would like to, you certainly can
sure?
roll.
I do
Roll a six-sided dice twice.
23
23.
advanced manufacturing goods.
Well, that's not awful. Let's see here. One D times 5. So there are 20 tons.
It says high tech. What is it? Is this like tech 11 plus maybe?
So it advanced manufacturing goods, 20 tons at 100,000 credits per ton. Devices and clothing incorporating advanced technology. So yeah, these are going to be um, things like cloth jackets, cloth armor that has uh, you know special tech put into them, like color coding. You put on a cloth jacket that not only does it give you a little bit of armor protection, but you can select what color it's going to be for that day. Holographic logos that can change depending on your mood, things like that.
Yeah. Is there really a demand for that for these places we're going?
Probably, I don't know. Elixabeth, maybe. Enos, possibly. So Enos is the next after Assaltine is your next major port of call, and again, you've already been told by Magnus that arriving at Enos is going to be kind of a show the flag kind of situation. The Enos was during the Fourth Frontier War was a site of a Sword World's naval base.
Right.
Because of the treaties that were signed at the end of the Fourth Frontier War, that naval base was pretty much decommissioned. And I say pretty much because the only thing that it does now is it serves as a kind of a recruiting post for people that are on Enos that want to get away from Enos. Oddly enough, a lot of people from the Sword Worlds pack up their goods and make the long way trip in order to get to Enos to start an entirely new life at Tech Level 4. And they just move there to get away from it all. And Enos itself, as far because of the long distance, I mean, you have to either go, the Narsil through Darian space and around through the Imperial space and back up to get here, the route that you took, or they have to go around through the Iron Worlds and make it across the space. I mean, it's a long way to get to Enos compared to everything else within the Sword World. It's near impossible to get to. It is almost completely forgotten because of the vast distance between it and the core worlds of the Confederation. And so a Sword World, the merchant cruiser Scander, a Sword World ship coming into Enos is going to be a big deal for the people there. And so it's more of not so much that he wants to sell stuff to them. In fact, he's probably going to give away stuff to them. But it's kind of a chance for him to show the flag and show Enos that they are not forgotten by the Sword World's Confederation. So, will you make a lot of money there? You might be able to sell some stuff there.
Yeah.
But that's not really the purpose of the visit.
I'll have the ship buy all that. Why not?
Okay.
Either we'll sell it or he can give it away and curry a lot of favor with the planet.
That is true.
I'll send a mobile comm message to him also.
2 million credits.
I still love the fact that the ship has so much money, it's measured in tonnage.
Right.
And yeah, I guess I would also meet up with Svart and Audrey.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
All right.
I
So
had a lovely evening sleeping in a luxurious bed. It was fantastic.
yeah, you would probably come back looking very well rested. You had, you know, breakfast brought to your room in the morning, and you know, you were pampered. So you arrive at the TCA office on the highport, and it is a very small office. There is a small reception area with, you know, a generic coffee maker and a popcorn machine, and almost like you're buying tires. And then there is a side office, and out of this office comes Angelique Moss, and she offers you all coffee and has you come into her office, and she thanks you for taking her up on her offer. She says, "I promise everything here. It's all completely legal. It should only take a couple hours of your time, and each of you will make 500 credits." And she says, so what we need you to do, she says, there is a package that is going to be coming in through the luggage claim of the high ports, uh, basically passenger travel. And she says it is carried by a Vargur who is named Longtooth. And it will be coming in via the shuttle terminal. So he's coming in from a larger ship that will shuttle him over to the terminal, in which case he will then be arriving, and he will be grabbing this package off of the turnstile as it is unloaded from the cargo of the shuttle. And she says, we want you to get the package before Longtooth does. And how you choose to do that is entirely up to you. However, we don't want any kind of um, uh, we don't want any kind of violence. Like if you absolutely must act in self-defense, non-lethal is the only way to go. We don't want any Holovid cowboys shooting the place up and causing a whole bunch of problems. She says all you need to do is get the package before he does, and she says otherwise, if you do pull lethal weapons and cause a ruckus, that will be forfeiture of the 500 credits, and you, of course, could end up in jail.
Can I see the paperwork?
Yeah, she shows you the paperwork. It is heavily redacted on what is in the package, but it appears that there are pictures, and they are two large blue security-style cases. And one part that is not redacted is that it states that each of these cases weighs about 20 kilograms each. She's under.
That's like 45 pounds.
Right. They're not light. And now, I mean, you guys have been in enough starports. You know that there are, there are anti-grav platforms that are used to carry luggage around. Sometimes there's entire robots that will come and carry your luggage for you. So, I mean, 20-kilogram security cases is not difficult to move around a starport. And she says that. She says
it's not 9:30 yet. You don't get another meal yet.
she won't. She absolutely will not divulge who the client is for these cases. or why you're having to grab them before Longtooth does, and she will not divulge the contents. She does assure you that everything that is inside is legal, that her client's demands for the cases is legal. Longtooth's may not be. And she said that anything inside is inert or will not outgas, burn, or explode. And they are fitted, these two cases are fitted with electronic locks and anti-tamper alarms. So don't try to open them, just get them. And she shows you where to take them. And actually, it will be in a museum here on the starport, an art museum.
Do you have any kind of badges we can wear?
A TCA badge? No. Which is why we're hiring outside of the Courier Alliance in the first place. Our client wants this done on the down low.
So they want us to essentially rob a guy in the middle of a fucking space station?
Well, like I said, everything is legal and above board. Our client has a claim already. It is his property. Longtooth's claim to the property is not entirely legal. So you're not necessarily stealing it, you're recovering it.
Then why not deal with the courts or whatever administration's on the station?
Because that draws too much attention to the client.
But it's going to the museum on the station.
It's not going to the museum to be put on display. That's where it will be that's where you will be dropping it off.
We'll accept if you tell us what it is.
Nope. She will not divulge what's in the case.
What if I melt your mind?
She will not divulge what's in the case.
You know I'm a Jordani, right? You know what we're kind of known for? Kind of like picking apart people's brains.
She says you can go ahead and try, but I will not divulge what's in the case.
I don't know if I want to commit grand theft in the middle of an Imperial space station. What do you think, Fart? Audrey?
I would do the job.
You're gonna take care of Longtooth for us.
Well, I could distract him for you.
So Angelique says that she can give you, as part of your whatever plan you're going to come up with, and should you choose to use them, she can provide you with 2 security cases that are identical in every way, and you could just do a swap. So he may not even know that he's been robbed.
You have identification papers on this other Varga who's supposed to pick it up?
So the only information that she has, she shows a hollow image of Longtooth. And he appears to be well, I was going to say he appears to be kind of foppish, but Vargur are like that anyways. And Audrey is probably the at least so far Audrey is probably the least conspicuous Vargur you've ever met as far as clothing. Vargur ships, Vargur clothing, everything is bright, garish colors because they're canines and they see in black and white or close to it. And so the more bright and garish it is, the better that they can see it. And the problem, of course, is they have no taste or no human taste for matching clothing. And so they might be wearing bright green pants with yellow polka dot purple shirt, and they think that that is fantastic. So that's kind of how this guy's dressed. I mean, he even has a big purple hat with a big yellow feather in it, like the pimp hat, you know. and so he's quite easy to spot. Um, as far as information on his background, the only information that the TCA got was redacted from whatever source they received it from.
What kind of guards are on the station?
Typical corporate security. I mean, they're not even Imperial Marines. They are hired third-party security.
Okay. It's up
French
to you,
cops.
Spart. I think this is going to cause us to have lots of heat on us.
He's mulling it over. He's like, 1,500 credits total. Is that worth it?
I mean, I have an idea. I'm not going to say it in front of our client, but I have an idea to help us out.
What is this idea?
Let's hear your idea.
Well, I can pull you guys aside, and then I can talk. I'll tell the person.
Okay, we'll do a huddle.
We have to talk.
You could do a huddle. I mean, you could just telepathically tell them.
Yeah, but then I have to make rolls for that, don't
He
I?
has to roll for
You
that.
do have to roll for it, and you'd have to spend side points. But you know, you just inject the idea directly into their minds.
The way
Creepy.
the way we could snatch it without having to even see the person would be if I got into the computer systems and put a halt on his access on the station. So like make him like go into like extra security search or some shit. And then when he's distracted in there, we can grab the cases and go. Otherwise, you're going to cause a scene in the middle of a space station, and I don't think we really need that kind of heat. It's really not worth
I'll
it. For the
have a
client.
stunner.
No,
Okay.
I meant like make it so he gets caught up in bureaucratic bullshit. So like oh, we're sorry, we can't find your ticket or something. I don't know, but make him get stuck in that so that he can't get to the cases before we do.
It's going to be in TSA jail for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Getting felt up.
Like, listen, you're a Varger. We need to like extra security check you or something. But that's if I can get into the computers in time. We don't know when this guy's going to be here.
Well,
Because otherwise you're essentially sticking him up in the middle of the station, which I don't think is very good. Pissing off a corporation isn't high on my priority list.
let's see, between sneaking and hacking, we could have Audrey sneak into where the packages or the luggage comes off the ship, and then Audrey can swap the fake luggage, and then take the real luggage.
Are you a stealthy kind of person?
Yes.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that.
What's your stealth at? You got stealth
Total
3.
two.
Shit, that's pretty good. That's better than I anticipated.
I mean, we could
My
do
stealth
it.
is -3.
Yeah, so is mine. We could do a double prong, so you could do that. I'll try to hack the system. But
I got a 0.
If both of us fail, Smart can always be smart and scare the shit out of him. For all I know, I don't know.
Somebody have to lend me a stunner.
I don't have a stunner, but you could use my drug shooting gun, which could knock him out or lethally kill him.
Yeah, just remember which one you put in first.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Is it the red one or the black one?
Red is dead. Yellow is mellow. There you go.
You could buy a tech level 8 stunner right here on this station for 500 credits. I mean, that eats up all the profit you just made from this little venture.
Yeah, or use hacking to make a bogus security card.
I'm saying all we could do all three plans really. Like Svar
You
can wait
certainly could.
at the luggage in case we both fail. I'll try to hack into the computer and see if I can throw some red tape in his face. You can go and try to get into the luggage and swap them before it's noticed.
Yeah, Audrey would do the sneak and swap.
I mean,
Okay.
do we want to divide and conquer this, or what? What do you think, Svar?
Yes. And then Zerzy could bump into him and be a douchebag and delay him.
Yeah.
And I'll just stun the shit out of him.
We have the stealthy plan, the smart plan, and the blunt plan.
So this, you have about an hour to set up ahead of time if you're taking this job. This is kind of the starport shuttle access. Let me bring your characters down. Yeah. Zerzy. Giganto token.
Too big. Okay, that's better.
So you can set your tokens up wherever you would like. This right here is the luggage kind of go around that is going to. This is where the cases will come off, and this is of course projected where Longtooth is going to be waiting to grab said luggage. There's not a whole lot of shuttle traffic that's coming in here, so. I mean, there are a couple of highport security guards that are around. These are, like I said, archetypical. I mean, they're just rent-a-cops. There's not a whole lot of beyond breaking up drunken brawls on the occasionally on the concourse. There's not a whole lot of action that happens at Debarre.
Maybe we should just use a hand flamer and set him on fire.
That's non-lethal, right?
I'll try to find like a public access terminal to like use my computer. Doesn't have to be in the same room either.
Easily done. There are so this over here is this is the Highport security office. This is just a cargo and baggage handling storage area. There is a small medical clinic up here. And then this here is the art museum where you are to drop it off. And over here there is a small, or not small, this is rather a large fountain with a number of small kiosks and whatnot that are around it that are selling typical junk that you would find in airport overpriced junk. It's a gold-plated necklace. Yeah, it's gold-plated lead, but whatever. It's cadmium. It's a cadmium necklace that's plated with gold.
It'd be a little too light. The lead would be better.
The lead would be better, yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do my intrusion software.
Where's he going to get this luggage from?
From this cargo platform here.
And he's already here?
Well, he will. This is his projected area where he'll be at, and you have about an hour to set up. There are a number of benches and whatnot around here, and there are public outlets for you to jack into the highport's information network, either wirelessly or plug in. And so if you have a laptop or whatever, you can take advantage of guest access to the highport's network.
Okay. And
So-
I will take my time.
Can I buy a tech level 10 or do I have to stick with the tech level 8 stunner?
Tech level 8 is the best that you're going to be able to get at Debarre. Their highest tech level here is 9. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes through. You can go ahead and roll 2D minus 1 to see if you can find a tech level 10.
$2D minus 1?
Correct. See if there's even one available.
6.
Nope. You can get tech level 8 though.
So I buy a tech level 8.
Okay. So tech level 8 stunner. Range of 5 meters. Man, you gotta be you have to be practically inside of melee range. I guess melee range would be 1.5 meters, but 5 meters is awfully close. I mean, if you're gonna have to be within 5 meters, you could look at a stun baton too.
Yeah, but that's pretty obvious.
That's true. Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull out this. I've been hiding this this cattle prod in my pants. Stun fist hardly does anything. Huh. I'm not finding stun. I know they exist though.
What's that?
Here it is, stun stick. Tech level 8. It's melee weapon and it does 2D damage for stun, and it's only 300 credits. So up to you.
But it's hard to hide.
True.
And they're both the regular stunner T8 is a 2D as well.
Right. Yeah. At least the stunner is small and is hideable. A stun stick is going to be, either down a pants leg or up a sleeve and stiff arming it the whole way.
I don't think a stud carbine would be a good idea.
When you want to take out an entire city block.
Okay, I got my stunner. So I'm ready for my part, guys, if you want to do this. I need a stunner anyway.
Let's see, if Xerxes hacks into the computer, can he mark long tooth luggage, like tag it like has to be picked up from the office, it's not coming off the carousel, and then it can go into the storage room?
That wouldn't be a bad idea. So, Xerxes, you can make a electronics computers plus intellect or education, and just what tech level is your computer? Is it 12?
12, yeah.
So there's an automatic +3 to that because the systems on the highport are only tech level 9.
And then I've got the agent and then a level 2 intrusion software.
Correct. So what's that bring your total up to?
What is it? +6, I think, is it?
Sweet.
6, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and make that roll.
I mean, you spend a fortune on a computer if that can actually work. Wow, I rolled like shit, but I still got 11.
Yeah, so
11.
So
I'm sitting in the couch waiting for Longtooth.
okay. And where is Audrey going to be?
Well, real quick, Audrey's going to run over to the fountain and drink water out of it, and then she's going to sneak into the storage room with the decoy luggage.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth plus dexterity check. 12. Damn. Okay. Well, we found Audrey's strength. So
Audrey's invisible.
right.
Invisible, yeah. Where'd Audrey go?
But he doesn't beat a 12, and so Audrey, this security guard kind of is
Oh no.
kind of just not paying attention, and when he turns his back, Audrey slips into the cargo storage area with the two decoy bags. Hold on. So this is what.
We should just take him the decoy bags and not let him even see the real ones.
So this is what the shuttle bay area uses for people to move their cargo around. It's considered high tech for 10, but it's not a robot. So essentially, the way this thing reads, it says they're less expensive alternatives to carry bots to move small loads. There are a number of common designs. Most consist of little more than a low-powered grav lift unit, a basket-like bed to carry small boxes or luggage of up to 100 kilograms, and a small tiller that is applied so that they can be manually controlled. They can be commanded via a remote fob or an app on your mobile comm, and they can be set so that using your mobile comm, the app, they can be set so that they will follow you at a particular distance, usually between 1.5 and 5 meters. And they do not have enough thrust to actually adequately negotiate stairs. So it's either an escalator, a people mover, or an elevator. They're just too dumb and crappy to actually be thrustful enough to make it upstairs unless you want to drag them.
Which defeats the point.
They do, if you're going to do anything complex with them, and I mean, I was going to say I can't imagine what you would possibly do, and then I got a whole bunch of images of the possibilities of what you guys could do with a grav pallet. If you're going to do something just ridiculous like that, it would be an electronics remote ops skill check to do so. Beyond that, this is what.
Now you're giving us ideas.
Right. This I'm gonna become a grav skateboarder. This is essentially what they're using to passengers use to move their cargo around or their luggage once they have arrived at the shuttle terminal. Like I said, as soon as I thought like in my head, I thought, what could you possibly do with it? And then immediately got a bunch of images. And I'm like, oh man, yes. All right, I take it back. There's a lot you could probably do with it. As the efficacy of such, I will leave that up to you. You can decide how you want to do it. So Audrey has snuck into the baggage handling or cargo storage area, and you have the decoys with you. Zerzi, looking at this. I was in the process of getting ready to determine if you were successful or not. There they are. So, computer. I would say and that you did not hack in, at least not on your first try. Now I assume you guys are all connected via your mobile comms and com dots, right? You're not.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't gone radio
Yeah, I'd say
silent. Okay. So I mean, you can wait until until Xerxes is able to give the go ahead, but you are still in the process of trying to hack in. You got close. Not enough. You didn't fail enough for it to trip any alarms with the firewall or that there was any kind of breach of security or whatnot.
Okay.
Zvart, you can make a recon plus intellect check. So,
And
Svart, you see that coming up on this grav, or not grav, on this cargo luggage system, you can see that there are these two blue security cases that have just spit out and are going around the turnstile coming towards Longtooth. You also notice that there are two people standing on either side of Longtooth, wearing what appear to be leather coats, or not cloth, like cloth jackets. Not a long coat, but they are clear, obvious to you that they are a minimal amount of armor, and they are standing on either side of Longtooth. They've kind of made their way in from this elevator here shortly after Longtooth arrived, and they appear like they're standing there watching, waiting for their luggage. You, with your 10 for recon, notice that as soon as those security cases get dumped out, you notice that they pay attention and are looking directly at the cases, and the other one of them on his right side seems to be reaching into the inside of his coat.
poopy. I don't like this.
I'm going to put up a turn order. You. All of you can go ahead and roll initiative. Go ahead and roll 2d plus either dexterity or intellect, your choice.
6 for me.
7.
Wow, look at the big initiative, Audrey. Right. So, Audrey, you have not gotten the affirmative from Xerxes that he's hacked into the system yet.
Audrey is going to continue hiding behind the boxes.
Okay. So, Svart, you see the bags are on the next round. The bags are going to be around the turnstile and in front of Longtooth. And you see these two guys that appears they are paying attention not only to the boxes, but one of them has reached inside his coat. What are you doing?
I move to there.
Okay.
And I reach inside my coat. And I'm trying to decide whether to pull out my auto pistol or my stunner.
Decisions.
I certainly didn't bring my 3-foot-long sword.
Yes. Xerxes.
Kind of hard to sit with that thing.
So you see Zvart kind of get up and move over to the other side of these two guys that are standing on either side of Longtooth. What are you doing? Do you want to continue to try to hack in?
Am I able to make a recon check to see if I notice anything, or do we just go off of? Because I just see people standing there and Svart standing behind them.
Yeah, you can make I'll let you make a recon plus intellect check.
Because I'll say If I only notice as far as this moving, I would continue hacking. I got a 4, so as far as I know, everything's fine.
Yeah, you just see Svart get up and move
Yeah,
over
I'm
there.
gonna keep hacking. Everything's fine.
Sure.
Everything's fine.
Go ahead make an electronics computers plus all your bonuses.
Swear to God, if I get better, I better get better than a 2 and a 1. A 16.
Yes.
You.
You get in. And you needed a 14 or better to hack into the secured system. You get in and you have access to everything. What do you want to do?
How many things can I do at once with an AI agent?
Well, it would be one thing if you. I mean, so you got a 16. 14 is what you needed to get in. So essentially, if you want to do more than one thing, you get a -1 for that second action. So you could potentially do 2 things and still have succeeded on your roll.
So like the seg next to Longtooth, essentially like a typical like airplane. It's got the luggages on it.
Yep. And if it's like mine, it comes out and one side of your luggage is all torn to shit. Yeah. Thanks, Southwest Airlines. Fucking pricks.
You saw my luggage at the carousel, didn't you? I have to get rid of those cloth bags.
Yes. Yeah. Never go unless it's hard shell again. Never. Ever.
I'm assuming so. Does this like go back into the room that Audrey's in, or like the carousel?
It can. If you do what you had originally, it's a little late at this point since the bags are on the carousel, but that doesn't mean that the highport security wouldn't be notified.
If I could do 2 things and still pass, first thing I want to do is make the carousel start going in reverse, so it pulls the luggage back into into the storage area.
Okay.
With one action. The second one, I would make a nice big red alert appear for Longtooth that he is he's a wanted criminal by the Imperium for
stealing artifacts, ancient artifacts.
Yeah, but if he steals stuff,
oh shit! He's been stealing ancient artifacts. Oh man, that's gonna put him on priority 1 list.
Yeah, but if I do that, I think that'd be too much heat, though. And plus, if I put him for stealing an artifact, that would mean that any luggage that he's been associated with, like these 2 cases, would probably be confiscated. Now, I'll just put that he is like a dangerous, wanted for he's armed and dangerous, like potential assassin, like some scary shit.
Okay. Hold on here.
Oh, that means that I still. Well, is it still an action to let Audrey know, or actually, I'll just assume
you can speak into your combat as a free action.
I probably wouldn't say anything because I don't want them to know. I'm assuming Audrey would be able to see that the luggage is coming back through.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do those 2 actions. That's it.
Okay. So you hack in and you reverse the luggage, and Svart, you can go ahead and make a recon plus intellect check.
7.
You see, with as close as you are now, you can hear Longtooth. He starts to laugh and he kind of goes, "Oh, look at that!" And the luggage carousel starts going reversed, going back into the holding area. And Audrey, what are you doing?
Well, Audrey is going to wait until the luggage comes in, and then she's going to swap the decoy luggage and Longtooth luggage.
Okay, the luggage should be back by next round, but this guy is going to try to make a grab for the luggage with a dex check. Hey, look at that! He grabs the luggage and then moves. He grabs the luggage, he pulls it off, and he puts it onto one of these grav carts. And he doesn't have a fob or a remote op on his phone. He's just grabbing the tiller and getting ready to move from there. But it took too many minor actions for him to move, and so he just has the luggage on the actual cart, and he has now grabbed the tiller. This guy pulls out a stunner from inside of his jacket and charges it, but he has not fired it yet. Longtooth is just laughing. He's now almost practically cackling at what's going on. Down here, let me put him on the board here. That's the wrong button. Oh, look at that. Renacop's got a +1 to his initiative. Boy, he did fantastic. Security guard moves over in that direction, seeing Longtooth. Let's see, 6 meters. So he is moving over towards Longtooth as soon as he gets the directive, and this wanted poster is showing up on this holographic display, and this holographic display over Zerzy. This individual, and it's a live feed from the security cameras, is wanted. What did you say he was wanted for?
I thought he said being a potential assassin.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he's thought to be an assassin.
So let's see. This guy can just move inside. A second security guard has entered as well. Svart, what are you doing?
First thing I'm doing is asking Zerzy, do we have documentation showing we own this, showing somebody besides Longtooth owns this stuff? If I remember right, we do.
I mean, it was all redacted. I could.
Yeah, you don't have any idea who the client actually is.
but it indicates that it's not Longtooth.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It indicates that Longtooth's claim on the merchandise is questionable. No, I mean, if it were to get dragged out through the courts, he might win, but unknown.
I moved to there in an effort to keep this guy from escaping with the grav cart.
Okay.
Trying to block him.
Okay. So you move, kind of blocking his access. Are you drawing out of your coat, or are you just leaving your hand on your stunner in your jacket? Oh, I mean, you guys could also be wearing. I mean, let's see, what is?
I'm wearing my jacket. So I have the exact same cloth armor they do.
Yeah, law level here is only 3, so I mean, you could be wearing your cloth armor if you wanted to. Flak, combat armor, and battle dress are banned.
Oh shit! I'll wear my combat armor.
Your cloth? Yeah.
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 The whole damn thing.
You're probably dressed about like the highport security is. As far as
And
banned weapons, military weapons.
I bring the stunner out and put it my side so it's not so obvious.
Okay. Go ahead and make your choice, either a stealth plus dex check or a deception plus dex check.
Oh, geez, I don't think I have either. Stealth. Oh, I have a 0 in stealth.
There you go.
I have a -3 in deception. I guess that says what I'm going to do.
Okay.
9.
So you are you've got it out and kind of hidden, so that nobody can really see it. Zerzy, what are you doing?
Since my computer is essentially a portable, and I'm using the Wi-Fi right now, and but I need to make a check to see that shit is potentially going down?
I mean, no, you can see. I mean, you don't need to. You can see that two highport security guards of entered are moving towards Longtooth. You can kind of see this entire gaggle of crap going on with Svart kind of blocking this guy with the grav pallet that now has those 2 blue cases on it. But of course, Audrey can't see all of this. Audrey's still in the cargo storage area waiting for these blue cases to show up.
Can I run out of the room and still do other stuff, or?
Well, you can with a minor action you can move 6 meters. So you can do. You've got 2 choices. You can do a significant action, which would be like hacking a computer or shooting a gun or something like that, and you can move with a minor action. So you move 6 meters with a minor action.
So
alternately, you can do 3. You can do 3 minor actions, and you could move all 3 of those if you want to, or you could move 2 and then like use a minor action to hide. So you could go. Let me turn off my snapping. That's. Yeah, you could get out of there.
I'm trying to think of what computery stuff I could do to make this even more ridiculous.
You could set off an alarm for a fire or a decompression or something.
I have an idea of something you could do, but
I mean,
but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah,
I just now thought of it, and it kind of made me laugh. That would be awesome.
See, I'm trying not to go like chaotic neutral in all of this. I'm trying to be fairly neutral to like lawful neutral. So I'm trying not to be like, I'm going to open up hatch.
So here, let me bring this back up. Here's the scary thing about these grav pallets. They can move faster with a minor action than the people can.
Yeah, or hack the grav pallet.
I mean,
so you can use them for a surfboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hoverboard like in Back to the Future.
What?
So we grab it from the guy and we just go surfing down the road.
the like airlock doors to this area. Do they have can I say they have a window in them so I can still like see through them?
These doors here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I guess I want a minor action move.
Okay.
Is it a minor action to use my mobile comm for Audrey?
I would say you guys are connected via comm dots.
All right, I'll
your handy Samsung Gear 92 comm dots.
I'll send her a quick message saying
mine's a Radio Shack.
That I've got the carousel in reverse.
Either that or
the packages should be heading your way.
Okay, I'm ready, Zerzy.
But as I run out, as I run past this high port scheme, I'm point the log to be like, Look, he's on the monitors. He's a really bad person.
So yeah,
Uh,
the high port security just responds, well, "Don't worry, we're going to take care of this."
trying to think, well, how evil could I be?
Just think hard and make the thief's brain blow up.
I mean, am I able to hack another thing really quickly, like the graph thing? Like, or is that like
You've only done a minor action. You could go ahead and make another electronics computers check. With this one, these are tech level 10, so it's a plus. It's only a +2 right off the top. So it's only
okay?
one less than the last hacking check that you made.
Only one less. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's -1 from what your normal bonus for hacking the iPort security was.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna 15.
Yes, you
Yes.
do.
So you hack in, and you are hacked into the graph palette.
How high up can it go?
8
Uh,
Like, is
meters
it
up.
just like there's a kind of like electromagnets where it's like just a little bit, or can you like adjust it?
So well, theoretically, a grav palette theoretically could go up into orbit. Theoretically, but it's only capable of holding about 100 kilograms, and it's got two 20-kilogram cases on it. So probably
Oh, so wait, he
not
grabbed both or
much.
just one? Because I thought he only grabbed one.
No, he grabbed both of them, pulled them off.
Oh,
He just kind of slid them off and onto the grav palette.
I mean, I'm just gonna floor the grav pilot up and see what happens. Maybe I'll dump the cases on him. Maybe I'll pull him up. I don't know.
Or if you can make it rise up and then tilt so it dumps the cases
Well,
back on
he's
the
holding on to it, so
carousel.
I'm assuming it's gonna go like this and drop 40 kilograms of stuff on him.
So
Or that would work.
here's the check that might be complicated. You need to make an electronics remote ops plus dexterity check.
Do I get any bonuses from any of my stuff?
No.
Even though
Essentially, your hack into it gave you, like, I don't know if you've ever tried playing a Steam game on your phone with no controller. It gives you like these virtual thumbsticks. That's what you're using.
Okay, so
You're using the cursor keys on your keyboard.
That sucks.
so no
So-
modifiers. Then?
So we know that you
Trying
already
to fly
have.
with cursor keys, it sucks.
Yes, we already know that you have electronics at 0 at least, unless you have remote ops.
I have electronics at 1 and computers at 1.
So electronics is the base skill, though. So electronics would be 0. You have electronics
Okay.
computers at 1.
Okay, yeah.
So that means that every other electronics, if you don't
Is
have,
0.
it would be at 0 if you don't have a point in them for specialty.
Okay.
So I mean, electronics 0 plus dex.
Well, doesn't help. Really. I still got a 10.
Okay, so you bring up the cart, and he's still holding on to the tiller, and it goes up, and of course, because he's holding on to it, it kind of tilts, and let's see.
What if I crush him to death with it? I mean,
So it tilts, and the two cases slide forward and just kind of they hit the front end of the grav cart, which then of course upsets the balance for a second, and so this grav cart's now probably a good 4 meters up and tilted at like I would say probably a 70-degree angle, and these two cases are on the lipped edge of it.
Gonna smash this guy on the head.
yeah. that'd be nice.
Audrey, what are you doing in the baggage handling area?
Audrey has no clue what's going on out there, so she continues waiting.
Yeah, the last thing that you heard was that it was going backwards and that you were supposed to be waiting for some packages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, this guy. Hmm. So the guy holding onto the grav pallet is going to attempt to get it under control.
Well, if it's 13 feet up in the air, does he have to make like a check or anything?
Well,
So,
he's
like,
holding on to the tiller, and he fails his check. He's wrestling with this thing, but yep, he is wrestling with the tiller, and the two cases flip off of the grav pallet and crash to the floor, and both of them pop their locks and open up. And
Oh no.
the contents of these two cases spills out all across the floor. And Svart, you can make a recon plus intellect check. And it's it is a, I will tell you up front, it is an easy check. Yeah, you made it by 1. So when these cases hit the floor and open up, both of them are filled completely with multicolored little buttons like you would sew onto clothing. Some of them are plastic, some of them are cheap metal, some of them are fancy with an inlaid design, some of them are just plain buttons, but these buttons spill out, hundreds of them, if not thousands.
Some of them say Nixon in 1972.
Yes, yes. Some of them are all campaign slogans. No, they just spill out all across the floor, and Longtooth starts just cackling with laughter. This security guard comes up and takes him into custody, zip tying his hands behind his back, and says that he's wanted for questioning. These two guys, the two individual thieves that are standing around, are looking at this pile of buttons that is on the floor, and both of them kind of look at each other, and they're slack-jawed. They don't know what to do. What are you doing, Svart?
I'm moving here, and I reach down and pick up a couple of the buttons to make sure they're buttons.
Yes. So you reach down and you scoop up a pile of these buttons, and they're just plain clothing buttons. There's absolutely nothing special about these, unless you are a little old lady that has found a sale on buttons at Joann Fabrics. Then they're fantastic. But beyond that, they're just buttons.
They're just buttons.
That's all.
They just want buttons.
Yeah, and this highport security guard is leading Longtooth away, and the entire way, Longtooth is cackling. He's laughing his ass off.
How much you want?
What was all the weight in the luggage then?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How were they so heavy then if they're just full of buttons?
Well, the
40
cases,
kilograms of buttons.
There's a lot of buttons. I mean, what's heavier, 20 pounds of feathers or 20 pounds of lead weights? They're the same.
I suppose so.
20 pounds is 20 pounds. So, Svart,
Stand there slack-jawed.
you're kind of looking at the two thieves like,
what am I supposed to do? Carry these to the museum? Handful at a time?
Zerzi, you can make a recon plus intellect check.
I see nothing.
You don't see anything, but you do hear over the CommNet of the computer system that you're or hacked into that there is a call for janitorial services to come and clean up a spill in the shuttle reception area.
I'm going to calm Audrey and be like, I think you can come up here. I think something has happened. No idea what, but I'm not going in there. And I'll just spend my
I don't want to know.
my time.
You hear spill and you're like, oh my god, they were filled with acid.
I'm just essentially going to go spend one minor action to,
You know what
to
it is? The
move a little further
buttons
away.
are soaked in LSD.
Yes, their
There
buttons
you go.
soaked in LSD. It's going to be a good time. So Xerxes, you move up and you see up here. There's another security guard that's kind of walking this way. Like he's not in a hurry. Evidently, he's probably in the know of what has spilled in the luggage area. But Audrey, what are you doing?
Well, I was going to say
Well, I
the rest
guess
of my turn
in-
is.
I'm sorry, Xerxes.
I was going to say I'm going to spend my time cleaning up whatever hacking I was doing in the main security terminal and then get out of it. So I basically just want to cover my tracks and then.
Okay, go ahead and make another electronics, computers plus intellect or education, and you get all of your bonuses.
He gets 24.
Okay, so yeah, you
15.
you kind of you delete your browser history and clean everything out and log out, and it looks pristine when you leave. Audrey, what are you up to?
All right. Well, since Xerxes said so, Audrey exits the luggage storage room.
Okay. So you are just in time to see these security officers come out, and they are dragging Longtooth, who is he's in zip ties. His hands are zip tied behind his back, and as they're pulling him out by his upper arm and kind of dragging him towards the security office, he is laughing so hard you think this Verger might pee his pants. He thinks this is the funniest thing he's ever seen in his life. They don't. Well, do they know? So the one of the security guards sees Audrey step out of the cargo handling area, and he says, "Hey, we're kind of busy, so I'm going to let you off with a warning, but that's for employees only."
Okay.
And he just kind of shakes his head and keeps leading Longtooth off. The thief up here, just they kind of shake their heads at one another and start to move away towards these doors, kind of abandoning this pile of buttons that is now on the floor. Svart, what are you wanting to do?
You know, you want
Do
to
I
eat one of the
start
buttons.
Scooping buttons back into the tape.
Just the buttons back into the
or do I leave that to the janitor?
Yeah, the janitorial services are on their way to clean up the button spill in the luggage handling area of the shuttle port. Now, to your eye, there is absolutely nothing special about these buttons. These are the most common buttons. They're not old. They all look relatively new. They're not antiques in any way. There's nothing spectacular about these
there's 3 of them. I saw 3 of them that said Nixon in 1972.
those are worth some money, but beyond that,
I sit back down over here.
you're just gonna sit down and watch. Okay,
I sit down and watch what's going to happen.
so
Are we supposed to take them from the janitor and take them to the museum, or what are we supposed to do?
so the janitors show up. Zerzy and Audrey, you guys are kind of outside. The janitors come in, and they've got brooms and vacuums, and they clean up these buttons. As far you can hear them as they're cleaning up. Like this is the most ridiculous cleanup I've ever had to be on. I've never seen a pile of buttons, and they kind of scoop them up and they dump them into these cases, and they close the cases up. And you hear one of them say, "Well, I guess we'll just have to put these into luggage storage until somebody claims them." I don't know who wants all these buttons, but they just kind of scoop them up, and the one is laughing. He goes, "I hope they weren't like organized in some way." And he's like just piling them back into the cases, and they shut the cases, and the cases lock, and they start to haul them back over here to the cargo holding area.
And I say that the containers are on their way back to the holding area.
So that's
and I'm gonna just sit here and wait and see what happens.
So we will break there for this week, and we will pick up the Great Button Heist next week, Wednesday night at 6:00.
Okay.
All right. I will see you guys next week.
Thank you very much.
You're
Next
welcome.
week where we murder the person who gave us this mission.